But hold on. Okay. Let's see if we can make this happen in some miraculous way. Let's just see if we can make this happen in some miraculous way. Oh, well. Sherry. Sherry, I think you're going to be the only one here, love. I think you're going to be the only one. I'm so trying not to cry. I'm trying not to cry, sweetheart. I don't even know how to tell everybody on my Insta that I'm over here. Apparently, you need. It looks like we're going to have a one-on-one session today, Sherry. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so fucked up. I have no way. I've let the whole world know that I'm going to be in Instagram. So yeah, I have no idea. But I think they've changed. Hold on, I'm just getting. No, you're so sweet. I'm gonna hire you as my secretary. I'm just looking. Oh, Sherry, I'm so gonna cry. Hold on. Go live with streaming software. Copy and paste in. I don't know how to do all this techo. I don't know how to do this techo stuff. So I have no idea. They won't let you go live until you get 1,000. So all the Instagram people and the people on the new TikTok, yeah. I don't know. Do you know if there's a way that I can put, is there a way that I can put a message on Instagram? Like, just, I don't want to let you go because I don't want to lose you. I'm about to jump off the balcony. It's a good thing you're not here. It's going to look very messy. I'm just trying to figure a way to do a post. But I don't want it to be a video for so unless I can do a story, no. I've told everyone that it was going to be, yeah, how can I do a wide message? Thanks for bearing with me for a minute. How can we do this? Wait a minute. I don't want to, hold on. Let me just see. Okay, hold on. Don't go anywhere. Okay, don't go connecting. Okay, Sherry, you've got me, baby. You got me, and maybe you just deserve this one-on-one with me. Oh, Sherry, if I could only cry to you right now. That wouldn't be a cool thing to do, but why don't you, I think what I'll do is let everybody on Instagram know that I'll do a live on, on my YouTube channel on Sunday, 1 p.m. ET time, so that the European people get a chance to, but just hang on one second. I'm just going to put it a little cooler. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, at least I like the way I look. That's a first. Because I'm used to using a filter and makeup and all that stuff. Sherry, it's so good to see you, sweetheart. It's so good to see you. So why don't we just treat this as a session for you? Okay. Why don't you just take advantage? And I won't cry. I won't cry. And well, let me. And the other thing is, so let me address you personally. Let me see if my Instagram people. Hold on. Let me see if it registered with them, love. And then I can just start with you. So let me see. Yeah, okay. I don't know that anybody's going to go there because it's like last minute. But at least they'll see and it'll be okay. So, Sherry, it's you and me, babe, because you keep on my tail, love. But now I know I have to do it on my YouTube. So I'll have to reconfigure everything. But it's good to see you, love. It really is good to see you. So here's how I'd like to start, okay? You get set up on the question that you want to ask me, okay? And yeah, you must have been doing things right because you're the only one that asked me. What does that mean? That means you're doing things right, love. Okay, that's what that means. You know what's really what I'm feeling really good about? I can't believe I don't look that bad without a filter. It's like I'm in shock right now because I'm so used to like all the makeup. I feel so much better. Okay, so now I feel because that was hard enough. That was hard enough because I'm used to all the glam things with TikTok and stuff. And I love it that you're over my new TikTok channel. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So, yeah, I know you're still here. So let me know if you're game for this, okay? What I would like to do, I'm just going to put a little bit of soft music on. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna put some music on. You hear that? And now, oh, thank you, sweetheart. I was so planning for this. Okay, so you know what? I don't. I'll have to. I don't think Saturday night, and but I think. Uh, I'll either go tomorrow. Well, I don't know if I can go tomorrow, or I'll go Sunday about 1 o'clock ET time. So right now it's 7:30 p.m. ET time. So we'll hit it on a 1 o'clock. So here's what I'd like to do. I've got one of the original manuscripts of the Wisdom of the Penis that I wrote in rough. Okay, rough. And so what I'd like to do with you before we even start, let me get this on. I really truly felt like something magical will happen with my life today. Yeah, it's very magical. Let's do it this way. I'm going to ask about you and I'm going to see what it opens to. And how about once I open it to what it has to do, what you need to know, why don't you let me know how it resonates with you? And then why don't you then ask me what you'd like to look into? If you have something going on. Otherwise, Yeah, I'd really like to zero in on you. You certainly deserve it, sweetheart. You're here. You followed me. You're like close to my ass. You like follow my every move. So let's do it that way. So I'm going to pull, okay? I'm going to ask, what is Sherry in the dark about? Oh, wrong hand. Hold on. Okay, hold on. What is Sherry in the dark about? What does she need to see that she can't see right now? Let's see. Big letters. What a bitch. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This is very interesting. So it's right in the middle of a story, but let's just see how it goes with you, okay? Or do we go from we'll go from the chapter, from where it starts, okay? So here's what it starts. Being unhappy is not an option. It fucks with our chemistry. And once your mind is down, once our mind is down, our body will follow. It's so easy to stay depressed when our life force is leaking, and the body is crying, because it's difficult to push through all that shit when there's no energy to do it with, or it's blocked. It's kind of like you can't move. Your spirit is not supported with the body it came with, in now a very rundown house. And everything just starts to pile up against you, or so you think. Very overwhelming, which is even more depressing. Releasing endorphins naturally by moving our body, dancing, skating, becomes mandatory, because it does the one thing we need. Gets us the fuck out of that place, our head. When it's like that, and into the senses of the body. And then I say, not those senses, alligator breath, my word for stupid. Hello. Without the emotional bankruptcy guy, dude, always a smart ass in the crowd, we're talking about the senses of the body. Smell, touch, sight, sound, taste. We can sink into those and feel happier. Just look at how excited you get when you look at a cupcake that's all colorful. You'll let me know how this resonates in a second, okay? Or 1,000 different color balloons in the sky. Something that smells like vanilla, coconut, strawberry, melon. Like a baby chick in our hands. It distracts us nicely. Like doing our nails or taking a bath with a zillion bubbles in our favorite music. When my guy was trying to surprise me because I was in a shitty mood, he invited me over to his place. I opened the door. There's 1,000,000 rose petals all on the floor in front of me. And I'm like, what are you doing? I could have slipped and broken my neck. It's supposed to be scattered all over the place, not all bunched up like this. This is such a health hazard. What a bitch I was. So, does any of that, or let me just go at the very end. So, moving right along, whether you're putting makeup on or getting your hair done or having a facial or in a warm comforter, looking at the ocean, hot chocolate, like with 10 feet of whipped cream, all of that will make your spirit feel different. And that's because you're feeding the heart of the body, which is your feelings, bringing your spirit up through making yourself feel good, which in this case will bring you energy. Now, does this have anything to do with what you're doing, Sherry? I'm so happy it's you. Because can you imagine if it was a string? Hey, someone else is here. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. That makes 2 people. Okay, now I'm happy. I let everybody know it's on another channel on my Instagram, and Insta doesn't support a live unless I have 1,000. I'm not quite there. But Andrea, I'm so happy you're here. Hey, listen, why don't I do this for you too? one of the things in a book that I wrote called, you know, I'm so filled with so emotions right now. I want to like cry. I'm so happy to see both of you. It's been ages since I've been able to do a live with all my travels, with everything that happened with my TikTok account and moving and relocating and working on my recent book, Sacred and Feral as Fuck Trilogy, setting up my site. If you haven't seen it, store.nicolecoleman.com. So I've been really, really busy setting up so much amazing things. But since you two are the first ones that are here, and if, hey, you know what, if nobody else is here, I'm just going to give you like private sessions, Sherry and Andrea. So feel free to ask any questions. Now, okay, Sherry says, I need to find the energy or just get into physical right now. As you mentioned, I'm down on energy. Oh my God. So what I read, okay. So Andrea, just so you know, the book that I wrote a book. It took about 12 years. It's out now called The Wisdom of the Penis. Now, so I have the original manuscript here. The one on Amazon, it's like a beautiful cover and everything. It's doing really, really well. This book is not just a book. It acts like your own private oracle. So I thought I'd try it on my audience. You know what? I kind of like this angle really good. Let me see, how can we do this? So I guess we'll just kind of move a little bit here with the lighting, okay? I don't know, is this even bright enough? I don't know how to make it brighter. Are we bright? Yeah, okay. So why don't I do this before I go more into your question, Sherry, Andrea, why don't I use The Wisdom of the Penis, which is designed not just as a book, as your own private oracle. This is not a Luigi board thingy. This is not, let's invite the woo-woo spirits. This is a book that, as a Heyoka empath, and I don't know if you know that I'm a Heyoka empath. If you don't know what that is, just ask and I'll answer. It was written in a certain way so that no one would ever be alone in their time of darkness. And I'm getting very emotional. Because I swore I would figure a way to make sure no woman is like in the dark. So don't even ask me how I wrote this book, that it ended up when you ask this book in a certain way, what the fuck is going on with you? It gives you the answer. So I want to try it on you right now. Okay. So I'm going to, if you're still here, Andrea, but if not, I'll be doing it to your ghost. So this is how it's going to go. I'm going to put The Wisdom of the Penis on my chest. And I'm going to ask, because this is what you do when you get the book. You ask, what is it that I'm in the dark about? What is it that I need to know right now that I don't know? Or what is it I need to see right now that I can't see? And then you open it and you start reading. So I'm going to do that for you, Andrea, okay? So what is it that Andrea is in the dark about? And then, Sherry, I'm going to answer your question, okay, to help you get in there. What is it that Andrea is in the dark about right now? What is it that she needs to see that she can't see? Now you randomly open the book. So, and you're supposed to do it on your chest, not on my chest, but let's see what happens, okay? So I'm going to open up for Andrea. And now I'm going to read the message for Andrea. This is so fun. Hold on. Even though I'm like hysterically crying inside because I told the whole world I was in my Instagram. They're all going to go there and not see me. But hold on. All right. So here's what I opened up for you, Andrea. You can let me know if it has anything to do with what you're going on, what's going on right now. 4 people? I don't see 4 people. What 4 people? It's 2 people. But that's okay. Another 2 will come, but that's okay. Okay, so here's what it says for Andrea. It was insane. Unless it's starting the chapter. Hold on. You always have to just go to the beginning of the chapter. Okay. They were your, oh, wait. Okay. The beginning of the chapter, hold on. And then, of course, you feel like they took all your love with them. They were your drug, man. They made you high. There's no other feeling like it. Withdrawal. Such a bitch. You try to write it out like a bad flu. Passion fever peaks and it hurts to want them. A hell only those who have lived through can talk about. Exhausted. You can't cry anymore. That part is actually welcoming. And slowly, it's like the anesthesia starts to wear off and you come to your senses. They didn't take your love with them. It's with you. Understand, when you break up with someone and all you want is for them to want you back, then you can let them go. See it for what the fuck it is. Other than a really messed up scenario, in truth, it's not what it seems at all. That actually happened to me. I worked in sales for this guy. He was Middle Eastern. I thought it was so adorable the way he was raised on a farm in the hills, how he tended to his flock of sheep. Oh, something inside him was pulling me like crazy. I mean, I couldn't think of anything but him. Memory hog. He's all I saw inside of my eyes. It was insane. And all he'd do is shock me, let me down, turn his back on me after telling me I was right, but talk behind my back. Guess he didn't have the balls to stand up for me. But privately, he'd tell me he'd agree with me and I was the most important person. And in front of everybody, he acted differently. It ripped my heart out. It squished it in between its fingers. I fucking suffered in silence, okay? I was in so much pain over his betrayal, I couldn't even pick up a phone to make a call. It was like my body went numb, completely dead on the inside. All I wanted was to please him, be the best I could be for him, make him proud of me. I hated what he did to me. Make me believe we were a team. Then leave me for target practice with everyone, say nothing, then privately tell me he agreed with me. And we're talking mixed signals, big time. I could never take him seriously because apart from seeing he couldn't stand up for me, he was moody, insensitive, rude, major communication issues, and he hid behind his work because relationships were just too much for him. I'd make him face it'd make him face his hot 1 minute, cold the next exterior. And let's just fucking talk bipolar here. Still, I realized he was exactly like my father, who never stood up for me. He was never around. He was the exact interior of a man I deeply loved, that I never felt love me back. My dad. So it wasn't going to happen with this guy because he was a duplicate of the exact equation, which was never happening. That's why the pull. It registered inside as the same thing. So it kept calling me over to him to rectify, retrieve what never came. When you want someone you know is fucked, who's not nice to you, hot 1 minute, cold the next, you need to understand it's a powerful dynamic of someone else. They represent an exact chemistry match inside, which is why you're gravitating towards them. Not only is it familiar, it's precise. They not only remind you of the person, they start doing things the other person never did that you wanted them to, and it so fucking lures you in. Does that have anything to do with anything you're going through, Andrea? If you're still here. Oh, gee, I think Sonia. Oh my God. Oh, I love seeing all my people. Sonia, thank you for coming over, love. It's been a very screwy few minutes. Yeah, I was supposed to be on Insta, but Insta, you need to have more people. So I don't know, maybe we'll go on your channel. Okay, so Sonia's got to, okay, first, Sonia, give me a second. I want to honor Sherry's question first. And Andrea, you let me know if that resonated with you, okay, what I just read. Sonia, let me get to you in a second. Okay, Sherry, so you need to find your energy or just get in the physical right now, as I mentioned. So it went right to you. Sonia, I'm going to open up my book to see if it gives you an answer, but I'm going to answer your question, okay, from what little I know. And I thought about it also today. I knew you'd be here. Okay, so Sherry, number one, Sherry, I feel like there's people coming in and out of your life, and especially in the last horrendous month of a couple of shocks for you. I think you've dealt with it really beautifully. I think the WhatsApp, the Heyoka voice drops, has really helped you. I think, given from what you're telling me, that it seems to be in sync with what you're going through when I leave a message of the day. For those of you that don't know, I have started the Heyoka voice drops, where I leave an insight daily. And if you want to also leave me a question, then I will also talk about that as part of the insights. That's every single day, and that's $33 a month. So just so you know. Now, I've also put together, and you need to understand, the Heyoka voice drops. It's not just, I decide to talk about the weather, or I give you some kind of poetry. It's not that. I don't communicate. I fucking activate. Here's what that means. It means I've given you something that is, it's going to be tied to what you're going through. So I'll talk on it. It's a voice note. It's not text. So you're going to get the energy, first of all. And if you're in a bad place, I'm going to snap you out of it very, very quickly. It acts as an ignition for a transmission. So the insights come to me, and it happens to be what everybody's going through. It's been amazing. That's the feedback I'm getting. And it's every day. So if you want that, just DM me, and I'll direct you to that. Also, for those that don't know, I've put the Heyoka voice drops for 1 month, which is $33, and the Sacred and Feral Trilogy, which is the recent 3 ebooks that I wrote on my site, which is in the bio. That is $111. I put both of those together for $88. A month of the Heyoka voice drops and the 3 ebooks, $88. Limited time offer, but I'm throwing that out there for those that want. And of course, if you want to work with me one-on-one, DM me or book it at the store. Now, so with you, Sherry, and just give me some feedback if I'm hitting it right on, okay? I think the people that used to be around you have kind of reintroduced themselves, either because you needed them or something happened. And I think that was confirmed when you told me you were speaking to someone and they said, enough about that thing. I don't want to give your private information away. So when your nervous system feels shut down, you have no energy. Energy's gone. You're in fight or flight. Energy's gone. You can't get energy from the outside because you don't have the will to live, so to speak, because someone just sliced your heart in half. I know, Sonia, that's how you feel. I'll get to you in a second. Sonia, I now just I'm really going to get to you in a second. So if you've been going through this, you have it. Wait a minute. Andrea, you have it. You have it. What is it? You have it. I don't know what you mean. Can you tell me what you have, love? Okay, so you're not going to feel like going to dance or going to do anything if you have to talk to these people. So one second. One second. One second. Am I too loud? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Can we just put it just the fan up a little bit? Thank you so much. Okay, that's awesome. So okay, so now, you know what? I have so missed you. I don't care. There's only 4 people. I cannot believe how much alive I look now. You know, when you look good to yourself, even though you're tired, you know it's because of who the fuck you're looking at. You know it because it's where you're getting the love from. And I know, Sonia, you're bitter as fuck. Just a second, I'm going to get to you, okay? Forget saying thank you. I just want you to know that if I'm this adamant about what I'm saying to you, it needs to be duplicated in your life as well, because it's not a formula that doesn't work. So again, with you, Sherry, I hope that's clear. If it's not clear, let me know. Okay, Sonia, now let's go to you. And Andrea, if you want to explain to me what I have. Oh, you have the book, maybe. If you have the book, The Wisdom of the Penis, you need to do the oracle part on it. Okay, first I'm going to do the oracle part on you, Sonia. I just want to see where it's going to go to. It's supposed to be on your bosom, not my bosom, but let me try my bosom and see what happens, okay? Okay, for Sonia. What is Sonia in the dark about? What does she need to see that she can't see? Okay. Let me, you tell me. That's all. Okay. Second chances don't come often. Doing your favorite thing in the world, singing, dancing, writing, acting, art, it's your escape. It's your heaven. It's the one truth that no one can challenge in you. You know it's what makes you high. So no one can ruin it for you. It's a part of you. You feel complete when you do it. It's your truth, so it's your reality. It doesn't matter what people say. Truth don't make any decisions. The truth doesn't make any decision. It just is. So nothing to decide between, just you and your love of whatever you're doing. Nothing and no one can separate you. Now, I was crying for 4 days, like, do I really need the whole world to know this shit that I'm about to do? This is like part of what it's saying. Fine, bring it. Does any of okay, I know you don't like to do any art thing or anything like this, Sonia. I know with you, you're consumed with the person. So let me just, hold on, I want to make sure we have privacy. Okay. So Sonia, and Sonia, like all my other clients, is a real good person that I've dealt with, that I've had the pleasure. She's come very far, but she's dealing with something. And that rubs her a certain way. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so I know that you saw my other vid. And in order to move on, I just want to know. Oh, just 1 second. How do you get out of this place when you carry first energy? Just do it. Just a second. Let me just finish her answer. Sherry, let me take my time with that. Let me go back to Sonia, because I can feel that Sonia really needs to know, okay? If you don't mind, just give me a second. Okay, back to you, Sonia, if you're still here. When you are unseen, you've been unseen. When you are unfucking supported, you've been unsupported. When you are unsafe, because you can't say what you feel without the person disappearing or having a conniption fit, then love can't take place. Now, regarding what you and I were talking about in the session, when you're not thinking about someone, and out of the blue, you see a big sign and it has their name, that's a message. And it's a message because I guarantee you it's coming from him. Now, so you had reached out to me and said, I'm seeing his name all over the fucking place. What's going on? Well, here's what's going on. You're no longer not thinking about him. You're thinking about him. Let me explain it this way, okay? He led first because something's gone on and he was thinking and you were not thinking of it, and then boom. And this was like back a few weeks ago when he bombarded you so much. He was so on your mind when you weren't even thinking of him. Do you remember that time? Now, so since then, it's been a little bit different. So since then, all of a sudden, you're not with him in the mind, and you see something where his name is, or with the other one, Carlos, as well. And it's interesting that they both happen at the same time, actually. It's good. When I say interesting, I mean it's good. Now, when that happens, when you're not thinking of someone, that's them. Because it's exactly like when you get a text from someone and they pop up in your mind, because first they're thinking to call you, and right away it's in your head and you're thinking of them, and then the text happens. That's how you know, no doubt, it's from them. Now, if you come back to me and you say, oh, but Nicole, I'm seeing his name everywhere. Once you and I unraveled that and you knew that's what that meant, I think it got you happy. But I don't think it got you happy and you didn't think about it. I think it got happy and you started to think about it. So the only thing that's happening, unless something's really going on and he's nonstop. Now, if it is so it's either something's really, really going on and he's nonstop, or there's first few times it happened, definitely from him. And then all of a sudden, because you know what's going on, that it is from him, it may have gotten you hopeful, or may have gotten you, oh, so he is, okay, good, I feel better. But you didn't feel better and then move on about your day. Or did you feel better and not think about him and move on your day? Let me know. Just give me some feedback, please. Yes, totally. Okay, where are you? You already answered your question. I didn't even see the bottom of that, Sonia. Your hopes are, you went from not knowing it was him to when you did know it was him, you now are looking for that. So when you know, when a person is on your mind, you're going to hear a song about them. You're going to hear you're going to hear someone who has a voice like them. You're going to see someone who has a jacket like them. because when you fix on your mind that you want a Ferrari, you see a bunch of Ferraris when you've never seen Ferraris before. So you're very in tuned. I didn't see that. You said, is it me and my hopes? It's a large part of your hopes, because I believe after I told you what it meant, you ran with it. Instead of saying, oh, okay, fine, he's thinking of me, good. So he's on vacation, and go ahead and think of me, and I got to get on with my life because, you can just enjoy missing me. Instead of, I want to tell you all something. And I know it doesn't always feel good when someone talks about someone who things happened right away. But I have to tell you about this one client of mine. She's 23. She's barely experienced. But because she's barely experienced and she's not a full-grown woman, and she's paying this with her school tuition and whatever, our sessions, she's really listening. And she's doing it to the T, even though this is her love of her life, and we're finding out he's a femme guy on wheels, never mind what he did to her and everything. But her feedback, I feel so much lighter when he just all of a sudden broke up with her. And I told her, as I would tell you, Sonia, to do this right now, or anybody that is going through someone who just cut off, what is the biggest, how does this serve me right now? What is the advantage to me right now? In your case, Sonia, I wouldn't say advantage because you see it as a loss, but I would say, how does it serve me being separated right now by him? In other words, what do you not have to tolerate? What do you feel better? What is no longer there with his way of being with you? And as much as this guy was very tight with her, and he's her everything, and she was used to being very, very dependent on him, she's a completely different animal. Even though I said to her, if you be exactly like this, and he says, I can't do this, how do you feel? She said, I feel so light. I stood up for my truth, and that feels good. Now, when it comes to being a woman and standing up for your truth feels that good, it means you're in touch with that little girl. And I know, Sonia, if you're still there, that you've done that before. You've stood up your truth, and you did feel much better. And I know this is a big pull with you. Really, if you would just cut off in your mind, but you can't cut off any more than someone can take a cigarette out of their mouth. And when they take a cigarette out of their mouth, can they then not be with anything in their mouth? You need a lollipop now. You need something else in your mouth, meaning there's got to be something else in your life that you can totally dive into. You can't just not have those sour candies. In your case, this is how he is. Sour candy. Your whole tongue is numb. It's like sore. But when you take it out, you miss sucking. So you go take back the sore candy that makes your tongue more sore instead of having maybe some yogurt. That's what I'm saying. Does that make sense? Let me know. Yes, totally. That should have read, how do I find the energy when you cannot find the energy just to do it? Okay. Yeah, I knew you were thinking a lot of him. You know why? Because you knew those first few times he was thinking of you. So you're like, oh God, yes, he is lovey-dovey. But you're not, you're exactly right. I'm so proud of you. But he didn't do any fucking work. In the scenario of this little baby chick that I recently had as a client, a new client, when she changed and he commented on the great change, just like Sonia, when you did certain things and you were girly and all that, he loved it. And he's like, well, we'll sleep over to, remember how he bent backwards? Remember that moment? Okay. So that also happened with this client, and he really loved how this woman was. And he's like, you're so mystical, you're so magical, because again, she's following instructions, and she doesn't have all the clout, meaning the sexiness that all my women have. She's a young girl, okay? But she spoke the words, she did the action, rather very little action, when she's used to analyzing and everything, like a lot of you. And he couldn't wait to bite her ass and be affectionate with her, just stare at each other really meaningfully. So he upgraded. But guess what? Then when he wanted to call her middle of the day and dump on him and like, why can't you be there for me because I'm having a bad day? And I let her know how to handle that. And she was used to being his mommy. He got very pissed off. You've changed. You haven't. She didn't know to say, yeah, but you've liked the changes. You cannot have me in a new way and go back to dragging me into the old way. So he broke up with her. And as I told her to hang tight with what had happened, she had cried and everything, and that's fine. I cried with her. I could feel it. And then, and I said, he isn't going anywhere. How did I know? Because a femme guy talks on the fly, meaning he's having a great day. Oh my God, you're the woman of my dreams. Oh my God, I see children with us. Oh my God, we're going to go around the world. And then that is followed by, on a negative day, with, that's it, we're done. I can't believe you've changed. What happened to you? Blah, blah, blah. It's over. Yeah, well, it was over for a day or two. And then he called her 2-3 times. And I said to her, he's not going anywhere first. So just enjoy your, and I say the same to you, Sonia. He's not going anywhere. You have him whenever you want him. I'm going to be sorry I said that. I know I do. It's a truth though. But the better part of you know you deserve better. But you're toying with it because you just want him, you want him to come, you want him to call and make the initiative, and you want to do it right this time by not having him do a few steps and then you giving too much. You want to get that right. I think that's where you're at. So even though I had said to her, okay, he's not going anywhere, and 3 weeks, 5 weeks, max 5 weeks. Well, I don't know, was it 2 days or 5 hours? And he couldn't, but how did he show up? He didn't show up and say, I broke up with you. I'm sorry I put you in shock. You know how he showed up? He showed up, I can't sleep. I'm having headaches. I've got so much work to do and I can't work. That's how the fuck he showed up. And you know how she learned to answer? I'm still processing the shock, so I can't talk to you. She didn't catch on yet. Excuse me. You broke up with me and you want me to now clean your garbage? You broke up with me and you feel bad about the dumb shit you do and you want me to be there for you? So you can see this is not a man, this is a child. She's used to being the mother at 23 and he's 26. So all of you in one form of another are doing that. But Sonia, I'm so impressed. You see what's going on. That's a first for me. Wow, sweetheart. I'm good girl. You were thinking of him a lot, I know. I know. But here's the thing. It's not that it's wrong if you could take it to next level. Here's what I mean. I don't know if this would be dangerous for you. You see, you're thinking of him so much because you want to you're thinking of him because your intention is to bring him to you. If you chose, and this will so work. I had another girl just call me and say, oh my God, that really worked. Because for those of you that don't know, I have a series on my TikTok channel at I Love Heyoka, okay? That has a lot of vids. And I have some series there, how to detach from someone, how to bring back your ex, and how to call out a femme guy that's like save you 7 years of your life. So she did what I did. She did verbatim. And she went on my channel, says, this will fucking work now. So maybe you need to go at it backwards like you did. So you saw he was thinking of you, and then you were touched by his vulnerability. That's your sore spot. And then you started to think of him nonstop. Okay. If you go that way and want nothing except to enjoy just way back when, not I need to bring him here and I want to know why he didn't pick me in that fuckery, but just, oh my God, I so enjoyed that. Oh my God, that was beautiful. And just let it serve you to attract another and or call him back, because it will. If it's only, I want to relish in all this, and every night you go to sleep, I swear, I had done this with someone. That's how I know it works. We had a fight. He said something stupid, but I was upset and it wasn't his fault. So it was a toxic person I grew up with, but then I was really upset. And this person that I was seeing didn't drop what he was doing and come to see me and come to help me. I think he said, what? Because he knows I read the Bible, right? So I think he said, oh, why don't you get some fruit in your Bible? I said, you know what? We're done. That's what you're fucking telling me to do. I don't need a boyfriend to tell me that. If you're in my life, if you're not in my life, then my Bible's my boyfriend. But if you are, don't tell me to go to my other boyfriend, because I won't need you and I will drop your ass. And that's what happened. When I look back at it, I had to really look at it realistically. And I had to say to myself, you know what? He wasn't the cause, but I didn't like his reaction. It wasn't top grade. So I said to myself, it's not done. I don't give a shit. I'm not done with him yet. Not because I need him to come to me and prove that was the thing, but because I wasn't done with him yet. I felt good with him, except for that, right? But it wasn't, you know what? Was it a red flag? It was. It was. And when we are in a certain place in life where we're so hungry for some safety, we'll overlook the red flag. Of course I've done that long time ago. Of course I've done that, because safety is important. And so I said, I'm not done. And I rationalized by the fact that it really wasn't him who pissed me off, but I could see that he wasn't 100% because he needed to go to his studies. It was an exam, but too bad. But I went to bed. I wish all of you were by me in my bed, but I wish all of you were there, because I went to sleep. And when I put the blanket over me, and I remember I was feeling a little scared because I was alone in the world now again. And I remember thinking, nope, you're still with me. And Sonia, you're very strong in your mind, love. If you imagine him holding you like eons ago when it was real and he looked different other than the way he looks now and gone through what he's gone through, and you go back to that time, you will collapse time. Because let me tell you what happened, and I'm not kidding. After, how many nights was it? 5. Each night, the day I did my work, at night I went, okay, so you're on vacation. That's the framework. And it feels so good to hold you and to have you hold me. It's not that I talked out loud affirmation and all that shit, which is the worst. Thank God the world is finally catching on, saying affirmations is the worst thing. Another time I'll talk about why. Or if you have a direct question, I'll answer now. But when I was like this, the first thing that happened after 5 days, out of the blue, he calls. I don't call, he calls. Hey, I'm surprised to hear from you. Yeah, well, I'm surprised I'm calling either, because usually when it's done, it's done. But I just have to tell you something. I'm like, I'm listening. The first night, after you left and you cut me off, I had a dream. That's the night that I hugged him inside me all night. He says, I had a dream and I was like walking on the beach and I felt like there was a giant hook and it was with you. Like it told me it was with you and it hooked me. And it's like, you got to go back to her. It was very clear to him. He said, I brushed it off because I figured it was the residue of being close with you. I said, okay. He says the second night, it was the same dream on the beach. And it wasn't like a hook. It was like two hooks dragging me back to the cave like where you are, or I know it has to do with you. I said, wow, that's pretty intense. He said, by the fifth night, which was the night before, because this was the sixth morning, the sixth day, he said, I had 5 fucking hooks in my back, dragging me back to you. Will you live with me? Look at the fuck what happened. And I'm telling you, when he said this, because, you know, you kind of get excited. I went, what? You think I'm going to live in your little basement? And he's like, well, he could tell I was excited, though. And then he says, well, obviously, we'll move somewhere bigger. And I'm like, okay. That's how I was. So it has to do, forget the words, let go, non-attachment, all that. Just do what you need to feel good. That's it. You can't go wrong because you're truthful. Whether it's telling someone the truth, it's neutral. It's not with an agenda. It's not to prove you're better or you're bigger. It's just the truth of how you feel. And it's tough when you're dealing with a man that's a femme guy who, you know, you say, or let's say something happens, you're going through something, and then you tell him, you know, when you say this, it hurts me. And he's like, well, you know, when you tell me this, it hurts me to watch you in pain. Yeah. Well, did you want me to feel sorry for you because I'm in pain? Because that's not going there. You have to be anchored. Do not be afraid. Do not be shy. And just in his face. After you do it the first time, and I know sometimes, I don't know your situations. I don't know if you're depending on a man, which to be sensitive about your situation. If you are, then it's not about teaching him, because I would actually send him a bill. It's about removing your energy. I remember someone was very loud I was with. And in the morning, I was very quiet. And I needed my sleep. And he knew that, but he was excited and very loud. Actually on purpose, because I had made it a point to let him know when he kept mentioning something that triggered a memory, and I said, don't mention the person's name. He says, oh, I forgot. Well, you won't forget next time because I set up something. And what did I set up? I said to him nonchalantly one day, you must have really been hurt by a lot of people. Oh, yeah, I was all kind of women, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, they must have burned you because you have this and that. And he's like, yeah. I said, do you remember the one that sliced your heart multiple times? Like, do you even remember that? Or is it like a blur? Oh, no, I remember. And then he mentions the name, and then he mentions what she did. And I said, if you don't want me to mention, and I mentioned the name, and he looked at me, he goes, don't ever mention that name. I said, now I know you'll remember. He goes, I get it. Do you see? So what I had done that same day, pulled back my energy. That's it. Happy, no sleep, but I pulled back my energy. So later he says, oh, I'm feeling down, my energy. I'm like, and he says, are you tired? And or no, he said, you down? I said, I'm not down. I'm just exhausted, but I'm not down. My whole day is going to go as planned. He says, I'm feeling really down. I'm like, he says, maybe I'm feeling because you're tired. I'm like, no, I'm not down. But you do not have my energy now because I took it back. So you're depressed or down. Do you see your power, love? Do you see your power? You can be like plain, like the way I am now, no filter, no makeup, no nothing. And you can be like that in front of your man. And I am telling you that when you see the value of you, when you do the things in the right way that is aligned with how feminine energy works, you are goddess material, because goddess is power. Goddess material is power. That's the only difference. So, Sonia, if you took this road and it served you and you were very high every night, but you see, with you, it's a little challenging because you have goals. You're in your masculine at times. That's why you want to know, like, why did you do this? What happened? Go over, check his place. And for that reason, it's a needy energy and it's a push, and he feels it as a push, not as a pull. But when you just relish and you just enjoy memories and things like that, and you use it to fuel your day, again, I don't know that you can, because you're mixed with, when you start commingling with his energy, your brain takes over. It feels not included in the party of joy. And it's like, wait, we need to know why. Why schmy? Instead of, but see, your brain won't say, why is this going to serve me in the best way that it never did before? It won't ask smart questions. Only, why did he do this before? Which is, your brain has to answer the question of, oh, maybe I was this. Oh, maybe I was this. Just like the young girl who was my client. Now, she texts me a long text like a lot of you do. And I have to say, I can't do a session like this. So I know it happens. And I said, I can't do a session like this. And, but I did catch the words, I think I did something wrong. And I said, we need to have a session. Oh no, I want to save the one for later, like when we do the career thing. And I went, okay. And the next day she called me, she says, no, we have to have the session. And I explained to her, and she says, it's like my body was saying, yes, I need it. She's listening. Because when you go to a dentist because you have a painful tooth, that's the guy issue. And let's say that tooth needs a root canal. It's the only tooth that needs immediate attention. But then when you go to the dentist, you notice like you have some cavities. But the dentist fixed the root canal first. And then you go, you know what? I don't want to go back for the cavities right away. I'm good. I'm not in pain. But those cavities get bigger and they get deeper. And that's what happens. So if you can train your mind and let it know, I'm not having you rule my ass anymore. I want to feel good. I want to try something different. I just want it to fuel me. And again, I have to give Sonia a lot of credit because this ex lives right fucking beside her, around the corner or something ridiculous like that. So imagine how tough would be. I have to move. It's too tempting. It knocks the old energy, and his toxic energy keeps knocking on her heart, trying to lure back in. And that's why she gets affected to act in the needy way once she does things the right way. And we've talked, and she feels amazing and light and all this kind of thing. So it is like a big deal. But okay, where are we here? Oh, Andrea, yeah. The craving is so strong for someone I know is not it. Fantasy is nice. Okay, so let's get to the root of that. So I think that will help you. When you're craving someone, it's not the person, love, it's that dynamic. Because that person is the exact chemistry match of someone else that didn't do this and didn't do that, which it's a duplicate and it's a parallel of they're not doing this and they're not doing that. Therefore, they cannot change the scenario. Your connection with them in this lifetime is that they can never do this and they can never do that, because chemically, that's actually a trauma bond. And that's why therapy will never help that. So the very first thing is just to really recognize that it's not this person. It's what this person, what they stand for. And they stand for another person. They're kind of like a stand-in. You just have to trace it to the person. And then, well, if you're working with me one-on-one, I would analyze that other person. And when you analyze the original person, then this person wouldn't have a hook on you. So they were hiding, Andrea, they were hiding your message, which says Lemerance is a bitch. I don't know what that means, but do you want to tell me what the L word means? But that doesn't offend me at all. Sonia's laughing. What part are you laughing at, Sonia? Oh, heart to heart, heart. I have that one, but I deleted TikTok. I'm so happy you're on YouTube, though. And yes, it works. Oh, that's awesome, honey. I'm so glad you're here, love. That's awesome. Hi, Miller. Time. We are all both masculine, feminine. Okay. Nobody can make you happy but you. Don't get it twisted. I used to watch your TikTok all the time. Are you doing YouTube now? Oh, sweetheart. Yes, I'm building up my YouTube channel. I think TikTok's a bit dark for me. I don't like seeing people tortured and all this stuff there on now. It's so I'm making a bit of a switch, though I am building also another channel. It's True Light. So I will be posting on TikTok. It's a whole brand new channel. But I want to go back to Miller Time, okay? What you're trying to say is that everyone is masculine and feminine. It's not a period after that. It's a ... Everyone is masculine and feminine. Yes. Why is it so dark in here? Oh, because it's nighttime. Oh, because it's nighttime. I maybe try to listen. I think I'm going to go on Sunday at 1 p.m. at ET time. Let me see. Is this any better? Oh my God! Look at. Okay, I think let's just try this for a second. I'm going to talk to this. I think it's a dude. Oh, will it not let me do it this way? Hold on. Oh, okay. No. Okay. I do not want you to see my double chin when I look fat like that. Okay. You know what? This is really a big deal for me. I'm not used to doing live with nothing on my face, no makeup, no filter. This is like so. And you know what? I was fucking dreading this. I'm like, oh my God, how much more on TikTok till I can do a live on my next TikTok channel? And now you all make me love myself because I'm connected to you. I can't tell you. This is what I mean. It is so important to have only the gold people around you. Fucking gold. No one toxic. Fucking gold. No one toxic. Because then you're going to look at yourself and you go, damn, I'm the fucking thing. Okay, you just are. It doesn't matter that you're tired or you look like, because all I see, I just see myself differently because I'm talking to you. I swear you don't know how hard it was for me. I'm like, okay, I don't give a I'm gonna look like cringe gunge. They're not used to seeing me like this, and I'm like, but I had to. And and Sherry was the first one on, and then Sonia, and then Andrea, and everybody. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we can get the European people here. So I'm going to do a 1 o'clock ET time on Sunday. You know what? How can I say this? Give me a moment. There's been a couple of things that I was hit with, and I conquered it, but it took a lot out of me. And you, the few of you here, and only you, have revived my soul. I don't know how to tell you this. Everyone here, I want to give you, and maybe you've seen me talk about this, but I'm just going to offer it again. Okay. I have a forbidden collect, and then I'll go back to the topic. I hope I fucking remember, because I'm talking to the guy. Yeah. Or whoever. I think it's a guy. I'm, as a Heyoka empath, I get a lot of input right away. And so sometimes not only am I dyslexic and I can't speak properly, but when you get so much insight, sometimes I lose them, but I had to. You've completely recharged me on every fucking level, and you watch what the fuck I build now, which is all in the works, but I was exhausted. I was this, my mind was like this. And you know, and one day when I'm on a television show, I'm going to spill my beans. You wouldn't be able to handle it now. So I'll keep it to myself. I'll keep creating one miracle at a time, and then I'll give it to everybody. But it just goes to show you, your whole world, and what you're going to change in your world like this happens when you only have the most supreme people that your nervous system, and this is as a woman, okay? So as a woman, your nervous system will tell you right away, safe, not safe, unsteady, not good, dead, not alive. It's that simple, fucking simple. If you don't have anyone that matches your energy with mine, a lot of you haven't had me. The majority of my clients are here, but a lot of you haven't had me one-on-one. You haven't gone through, I haven't like pushed you through anything like a mountain of shit where you're like, oh my God, Nicole, blah, blah, blah. So you haven't even had that. And yet you feel like, wow, so real. So, wow, I can say anything. And wow, she's crying with us. Yeah. And often your sessions, when I hear what you're going through, I will cry with you because I'm walking through it with you. That's why you feel good after. It's very different kind of living than the people that you know who are just hearing it, and it drops to their stinky underpit and then on the floor. Nothing of you drops when you're in front of my eyes. It gets sucked in. That includes the dark spots. So this is what I wanted to say. I'd like to extend to all of those that are here. You can just DM me, yeah, I want this. I leave my Forbidden Circle collective, which is all on my WhatsApp. It's a community. It's not about them talking to each other. It's about them getting hit and hit and hit with verbal insight, my voice notes, every fucking day. You don't know how transformative they are. Not only because they're bang on and you're going to think that I'm doing a session with you. Like, how did I know you're going through that? You needed to hear what you have not yet put a language on. You haven't put your finger on what's wrong, but you know there's something off. But I read energies. And so I give you the language. And once you have language, you're like, no. Because you can see. When you can't see, nothing changes. Hold on. Let me just be a little dry. Let me just 1 second. So, I'd like to extend to, a lot of people that are already listening have it. You are already, but for those that are not, that would like to be for 4 days at least, a gift from me to you. It's $33 a month, every single day, right to your ear. And again, you can send me a question of something you'd like me to, it's like having your own private fairy goddess. I don't know what else to call it. When I was talking to another client, they're like, we came up with, Nicole, when I role play with my guy, and she was taking all the notes and we were role playing, we came up with, if only you can be this little thing in my ear and just like hear his shit and decipher it. I'm like, yeah, that'd be so fun. And now I'm actually thinking, how do I make that possible? So that's a lot of fun to just think about that. And, but for those that want to experience this, it is an experience. You won't be the same. Just DM me. I want the gift. And then I will give you my WhatsApp number, and then I will add you to the private group. And you will get the blast every single morning for 4 days. And then you'll see what happens. You cannot be around a winner. You cannot be around someone driven as fuck, not because she's mentally driven, because the fire inside of her won't die. That's what attracts life to change and conquer for her. Doesn't mean she doesn't get hit. But the difference is she doesn't turn into a burnt piece of coal. She turns into a diamond. And she becomes irresistible, glowy, all those nice things. So for those that want, DM me, gift. And now to handle, before I get to the rest of the question. It's not, and I repeat, it is not, everyone's masculine, everybody's feminine, period. No. That's not it. Because what you're failing to see is that a distorted energy gets us to act in a distorted way. We become too needy. We become too fearful. Because we are run by the energy that is not in sync or made for the psychology and blueprint and chemistry of our body. So a woman with a dick mentality is not going to cut it. First of all, she's going to attract a guy with a vagina mentality. Let me tell you what that looks like. This is a man who can't receive you. He can't be strong with you. He's performative masculine. So they'll say, you all be quiet, or, you all are too much. Meanwhile, you're trying to speak up. Like it's a man who pretends. And it's a man who's needy. He's the type of guy to say, I'm depressed, I'm feeling down, oh my bills, oh my schmells. Do some fucking push-ups. And when a woman is around a guy like that, do you understand how that will fuck with you? Because you'll have to be strong. Because you can't be vulnerable around a wimp. You can't. And so what happens is, it happens both ways, okay? So when I cannot wait till I get my hair colored and you all see me with makeup. But anyway, it's the knowledge you want, I know, but I still want to look beautiful for you. Okay. So, a man and a woman both will attract their opposite. So if it's a weak man, he'll attract a weak, logical woman. She can't cry. I remember someone said to me, don't cry. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm strong. That's why I'll cry in front of you, in front of anyone. I don't give a fuck. I'm not holding pain in. And then the man kind of says, well, you're a strong woman. Don't cry. I'm like, no, no, that's why I'm crying. You got it confused. You need like a lobotomy or something, because I'm so strong that I will not hold bad feelings in. Fuck off. I will not hold bad feelings in. I don't care who's watching. It doesn't stay in me. My energy stays pure. And because my energy stays pure, I get over things quickly because I don't store it inside. And what'll happen when you are like that, let's say you got siblings that are in their karmic loop, and you'll know they are because they'll accuse you of what they just did. But you won't be buried by it. You've already sifted through it. You're dry inside because you don't have the muck of mud. So when you don't have the muck of mud, and that is because you're in your feminine energy, you allow yourself, you automatically, it feels natural to cry and take out pain and voice your pain. But Mr. Miller time, that is not a masculine energy woman who dominates with her logic. She will judge, is this worthy of crying or not? Oh, it's not a big deal. There's people dying in Africa, which one has nothing to do with another. She'll rationalize her pain. When a woman rationalizes her pain, it's the same woman who also believes that love equals sacrifice. And that woman cannot glow. She does not inspire her man. She's bossy as fuck and controlling because she's insecure. Because of everything she feels and thinks she needs to do to keep a man. So not show her real self. Being authentic is your most powerful self. A woman is pure feelings. That's her jewel. When a woman can't share her feelings, she's not seen. She's unsupported. She can't see her value. Ding, 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 ding. She can't see her fucking value. And when you don't see your value, no one feels your value. I walk into a room, no matter what I look like, people back the fuck off. Why? I don't walk in angry. I walk smiling. They still back the fuck off. Or they bend over backwards to help me when I haven't asked for anything. I remember when I worked out in the gym. I can't wait to go back to LA. Right now I'm not there, but I can't wait to go back there. And the women were in shock. They say, every time you lift, there's a guy who it's kind of like the guy slid like on my last rep, like to be there for me when I never asked them to. And of course, one guy attempted to touch and help my arms up. And I just like looked at him like with my eyes, because you can't take your eyes off. I'm like, I've killed for less. Don't fucking touch it. It's my weight. I need to lift it up. Not because I want to suffer, but because I need to conquer. And you know why I conquer? It's only one reason. And this is the epitome of a feminine energy, Empress energy. She never lies to herself. It doesn't mean she doesn't change her mind. And it doesn't mean that what is now uncomfortable, she tolerates. That's a masculine energy. But when she says, I'm going to do this for myself to make me feel better, even though in her mind she's upset and this, she pushes through a workout, or she does go outside, even though she's upset over the guy or whatever. She, I used to swim on a team. I don't know how many of you have ever been on a swim team. Just let me know. 5 o'clock in the fucking morning, and when it's cold out. But as soon as you jump in and it's freezing, you've got so much in your memory of what? what it feels like after a half hour of like going really fast and racing and all this kind of stuff, right? You feel that. So when you feel that, you're like automatic go there. So for Mr. Everyone masculine, everyone feminine, no, that's not an answer. Everyone's masculine and everyone's feminine. And the women who are dominated by a masculine are suffering. And not only that, by default, they put a man in his feminine, which is lost, confused, start, stop, complain, and bitch. They can't feel safe in. He's looking for mommy. He won't tell his male buddies I'm depressed, but he'll tell the fucking woman, which will force her to be a shrink, to be his mother, to be his nurse, his cheerleader, and his wife, and his girlfriend, and his bank manager, and fix him for the next bitch. And she's sucked dry. And now she's obsessed with having him come back, not because she wants him. She just wants him to come back so she can say, I don't want you. But what is that? That is, I invested all my energy in you and I want it back. Because you see, feminine energy doesn't do that. Because the one who invests the most energy is the one who falls in love. And that's why men fall in love by what they do for you. And so if you're in your feminine energy and you allow a man to do and do and do, he'll fall in love. You won't be stuck though, until you open your legs. Then you're stuck. That's what oxytocin does. It's a love drug. Serious fucking hardcore drugs. Okay, so true love, real love, it's like the universe. Yeah, those are all nice words. So let me tell you the truth now, okay? What's a man? One word. Consistency. What's wealth? One word. Consistency. What's peace? One word. Consistency. Anything that is aligned, that is true, is consistent. Love is not, oh, I had a fight with him yesterday and he called me the C word. Oh, he didn't mean it. Or he said SHUTUP. I cannot tell you how harsh, as a Heyoka empath, because I deal with vibration and energy, which gives me insight to a lot of people and things before they happen. But I cannot tell you how disgusting it is when a man says that S word to a female vessel who creates worlds. She is the creative energy that creates worlds. You have no fucking clue. No, you have no fucking business being a man. Because you're immature, you're a boy, when you do not understand the value of a woman. Now, it's not a fault of yours, because the women don't get what they are. So yes, one poison breeds into another. How do you know that a man is completely in love with you? I doubt anybody will get this here. Is it that he says, I love you? No. Slept with you? No. I want you to have my baby? Fuck, hell no. Will you marry me? No. Always with you? No. There is one thing that a man does, and he will only do it when there is no one ever on this planet for him. Can you guess what that is? Anybody guess what that is? You look great. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I thought you were a dude, but hey, dude, I welcome you. I welcome you. I applaud you. You're one smart dude to like land here and listen to all this. Um, oh, I think limerence is obsessive fantasizing. Okay, I don't even know what that word means. That's news to me. Okay, so when a man knows that you're it, you're his light. You'll always be his light. Even when you're pissed, you're so fucking adorable in his eyes. He's got this like filter behind his skull on how he sees you, and it cannot change. It will not change. The one thing that a man does when you know it's the man is one thing. It's not, I want to live with you. It's not buy your car. It's not buy your house, although that's very nice and welcome. It's not, I love you. It's not, will you marry me? When a man knows and he is in it for life, he does one thing. What does he do? Sacrifice something in his life. In other words, he may turn away from his family. He may leave a job and go in another. Usually it is the woman who follows the man. And I believe it needs to be that way because he does lead the family. But the man, maybe she's allergic to something, and he will agree to never eat that in the house or something. It's just when a man sacrifices something, maybe even his best friend or whatever, it's more than a twin flame. It's more than a soulmate. It is a true matched half, healed, because it won't feel like a sacrifice to him. See, the problem is that the women who stole the tails from the sperm, so now we've got tailless sperms, and attached it to their egg. Now it's weighing them down. They're like, what the fuck is back there? It's heavy because they're in a masculine energy. They're the ones sacrificing. And then they're bitching about it. But it's not only that. A woman is not built to sacrifice. And that's why then her body will be in dis-ease with itself. Disease. Why do you think, and you can Google this, 80%, not 10, not 30, not 50, 80% of women have autoimmune diseases and only 20% of men. Why do you think? Because the majority of the women are dominated by their logic, masculine energy, which means their feelings are seen as a weakness. And they are actually truly weak because they've got such an enormous amount of pain that they never shared, that the pain is their filter. So it's kind of like they will act like an insecure little girl. And they will do that by being very controlling, jealous. Who's fucking jealous over a guy? When it's usually the guy that would be jealous over the girl, because that's his property now. He's going to irrigate it. He's going to water it. Just irrigate it often though, okay? He's going to water it. He's going to make sure he puts all, the right grains, and he's going to build a fence around it. And it's just like, that's how he feels. Because that woman is actually a part of his heart zone. But most of the men don't fall in love with you today. They fall in need of you today. Which means when you're no longer what they need, they will go. But there's one thing, and I want to really put peace in your heart, okay? The man that is yours really, like anchored at the root. Not a trauma thing and a karmic thing, but like really anchored. He won't ever be able to go. He won't be able to go. He can't go. He can't go. And the man who is not for you can't change. They can't change. They can't fucking change. I believe that works in reverse as well for a guy. Now, since we do have a guy here, I want to just give him something because we all have to applaud this guy, okay? This is really good. When you're on a date with us and you're at the movies or whatever and you're getting cozy, I don't know if it's third, fourth date, do us a favor, okay? Don't take our hand and like force it down there. We know where your dick is located, okay? Don't need directions. Like honestly, we know where it is. Don't fucking put our hand there. Don't do it. Don't do it. The other thing you need to really seriously understand is when a girl is pissed, you know what? If you learn nothing else, dude, this will be the biggest thing. You're going to be advanced of like, you'll be leading the men out of bondage because you'll be acting in a certain way. When a woman is upset, don't touch her because she's like a volcano with boobs. She's about to explode. Don't touch us when we're upset. Don't touch us. Don't touch us on our shoulder. Don't touch us on our hips. Don't touch us on our wrist unless you want a nub for a wrist. Don't touch us. Now, and don't ask us what's wrong. We don't fucking know because at that point, when we're that mad, there's way too many things. How do we get pain out? Through our words, because our words carry emotional weight. So it's not like we can go boxing or something like you guys can to take it out. That's why we have to have a girlfriend and we're like, and then, and they have a lot of stamina. So if that happens with you and your girl and you haven't done it for a while, like, and believe me, you can't be looking at the girl and thinking like, is the game's about to start? Like, I hope she's done within 10. Yeah, because she'll feel that you didn't absorb. And then in 2 weeks, when something else triggers her, she'll bring it up again. And you'll be like, wait. We talked about this already. We dealt with this. Well, no, because I'm not done yet. And she's not done because you weren't completely present. So what you want to say to a woman is not any questions because she has no idea what she's mad now. And you also need to understand that when a woman is upset, it is never about something right now, ever. It's about something that happened a few days ago, a few months ago, maybe even a few years ago. It's never this thing, ever. So it's like going to do the laundry. When you put your jeans and soak it in water, it's dirty. Have you tried to lift up your jeans? So when we're soaked in all these words, we're like wet jeans. So what happens? When we have a rinse cycle, then the jeans go in the dryer and they're light and fluffy. So you don't want to ask, you want to say, tell me what happened, not what happened. She doesn't fucking know. Tell me. And she'll go, well, first it started this morning because I was on my bike and I saw this asshole in a car almost run over an old lady. And that really pissed me off. And you're going to be like, yeah? Oh God, what a scumbag. And you're going to go, and she might even be crying or be so, she'll be like, and gulping. That doesn't mean she's done. She's just getting ready for round 2. And you'll go, and then what? And then she'll go, oh, and then that reminded me of something with my father. And then she'll go on many tangents. If you really follow her like it's a movie, you won't get bored and it won't be annoying. If you If you just give her lip service, you'll be bored and it'll be annoying. If there's a meeting of the mind and you explore your woman and you see how she handles these things, and you're really, and if you're in love, it will happen naturally, but usually that's not the case. So, and even when guys are in love, because they're in love with a masculine energy woman, a masculine energy woman is dumb as fuck. You can get any woman you want. You just have to say one thing. You're next to a woman, you just kind of look at her and you go, I can just tell you're really smart. Done, you got a date, ask for her number, butter. Because the women today need to be smart. And it's really funny. Oh my God, every fucking idiot that I meet that wants to impress me, he says the worst thing. He thinks he's impressing me. Because he sees what comes out of my mouth is not average. So he will say, I love a woman with a brain. And I will say, gee, that's too bad. And he'll say, what do you mean? And I'll say, well, that's self-serving. And he'll say, no, I'm saying I don't, like her body. I said, no, I would feel much better if you liked my body, because it would mean you are a man falling in love initially first through your eyes. That's my secret weapon. Just like us women fall in love first through what we hear. The words a guy says, the tone and the way he speaks is what makes open sesame happen. And so when a guy is saying, I really love a woman with a brain, I would say, yeah, that's like me saying I love a man with a lot of money. It's just you're going to utilize her in the best way. Don't think I can't fucking see that. So, but the masculine energy women can't see it. You know why? Because they fall in love through words that they think is real. Feminine energy, she'll sit there. She'll hear the words, but she won't pay attention. She's like, knock it like a ping pong. Oh, the other day, yeah, the other day. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, yeah. But so she'll knock off the words and she'll see if anything inside her is rising. Because words from the heart touch the heart. They do not miss. That's why I do not miss. So when you're with someone, a guy, and you're a girl, and he says things, I wish I was right beside you. I'd be able to point out, so like if there was a reality show and I could just be there and we could do the whole scenario and you can go on a date, and then later in the audience we can run the whole scenario, and I'll put an arrow on the screen. You see that hand go like this while he's saying how great you look? Here's what that really means. Do you see when he blinked a lot? Do you see when he cleared his throat? Do you see like his veins are going like that? Do you see how his eyes dilated? Do you see how his ears went up and down? I don't miss anything. I can't wait to teach everybody that as soon as I get our reality show up and going. So if you do know a producer, send him on, because I'm ready to pitch it. But the feminine energy woman will receive. She's not in a hurry. She's not thinking of what to say. You know what was really funny? So I had this old man come to me, talk about the news or something, and I'm like, no, don't talk about things like that. I don't want to know what's happening about. I don't want. The first thing he said to me, because he's not very bright, he said, how did he phrase it? Well, when you talk, like when you meet people, you need to know what's going on in the world. And I'm like, why? You think I run out of things to say? No, I don't. And you know what? People are far more interested in what I see inside them than what's fucking happening in the news. I don't even ever say, hi, how are you? How are you? How is Shmoo? When someone says that to me, I'm like, how are you? How? How now, brown cow? How? What does how mean? How? How? How am I? Liquid with blood? I don't, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know all of you are programmed to understand it, but for me, how it's like, how do I work? But you're not saying, how do you work? It's kind of like you're saying, how do you work? But you're not saying, how do you work? You're saying, how are you? So what am I going to say? Something like a single syllable word like fine? You think fine describes all of me? What does fine stand for? Fucked up, insecure, nervous, and emotional, which a lot of you are when you answer. I won't answer that way. I remember I was in an audition in LA, and he wasn't even looking at me when he asked. So the producer, I'm signing my name, and he's looking down. And I don't like when someone looks down when I'm in front of them. It doesn't happen a lot with me, but this was an audition. So he looks down, he's like, how are you? And I didn't say anything. He thought I didn't hear him. So he's like, how are you? Agitated. He said it in that way. And I said, I'm interesting. He said, you're what? I said, I'm interesting. That's how I am. I'm interesting. He says, I need you on this side, because he wanted to put me with the ones that were already going to see him for the second time, even though I didn't read my lines, because I was authentic. And of course, after he saw me, he goes, you're interesting. I said, oh my God, am I interesting? Oh, fuck yeah. You have a full stomach, or did you not eat? Like, and you know, people say, you're strong and you're bold and you're brave and all that. It's not that. It's that I am so tight with myself that I don't disfigure myself, dismantle myself, or deregulate myself for a dumb fuck. I don't, to make them feel easier. I don't. So what ends up happening is they upgrade when they come into my field. There's no man that stays the same around me. And why am I so lucky for them? Because when a man upgrades and he's more authentic, life kisses him right between the eyes. Let me just see if I've got everything here. Is there any more? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. All right, so I'm going to just close it down. I am going to do this again Sunday, and it's going to be 1 p.m. ET time. I'll let everybody come to my YouTube, and eventually I'll do it on Instagram when we have more people. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much. I'll see you again. Now, do you think I even know how to close this? No, but let me see. I think it's right here. Bye. And remember, for those, and again, only if you're done with all the therapy that manages your labels and gives a title to what you're going through, but does not energetically clear you. If you want to continue going in circles because you've journaled and you've gone to therapy and you're still fucked, but if you want to change that and actually make a clean break, I put together the Heyoka voice drops for a month, and I put together the sacred. You know what, dude? If you read the sacred, there's a chapter there for men only. Why men are so valuable for women today. Like, it's really going to do a lot of boost for you. And there's a lot of female stuff. That's on my site. You can get that out on the link, store.nicolecoleman.com. Or go on the site and just read. There's some teaser pages there. But the Sacred and Feral 3 ebooks are joined together as a Clarity Catalyst bundle with the Heyoka voice drops. When you receive insights daily, right in your ear, on your voice notes, and again, everyone's over here, you are going to be offered 4 days, no cost, usually 33 for the Heyoka Empath voice notes and 111 for the 3 books. I'm putting both of them together for 88. So if you want both, DM me both and I'll send you to the link. or you can do it directly with me. See you Sunday. Bye.